Hello and welcome to the Swedish Linux. Linux, the right way. Okay guys, today we are going to talk about my Linux setup. It's nothing fancy, like you can see another YouTube Linux creator. They have super high-tech configuration and A, B and C, but not for me. For me, Linux is all about simplicity. And for me, it means this computer I'm using for everyday task. And I do everything. Video, office work, web browsing, email, document, book writing, photo editing. I'm a photographer as well, and now I started with YouTube videos, which will expand into hopefully not only Linux, but Linux different software, like for example Kdenlive or Darktable, and so on and so forth. So really this machine, I do everything, and of course all the social media as well. So let's start with my setup. And here we go. This is my channel on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and push the bell notification if you really like the channel. It would really appreciate it. And a lot more will come. So this is my homepage, and a little bit of guys I follow. You can see here they're good guys that I follow, not only because they're better than me, because they are, no question about it, but they give me ideas what I can do with my computer, or things or settings I can do and add, and or software, or a lot of different things you can do with your computer. So I have it for bowling different thoughts and see what different people say. The really good ones, I would say everybody should follow. That's Nico. If you really love KDE, which I do, I have KDE Plasma here, you definitely should follow him, because he's really, really good. I like Switch to Linux because of his, how to say, bad humor, but he's actually a good guy. I really like him. DistroTube, Derek, he is fantastic. This is the absolutely number one for me. The Linuxcast is as well very fun, very good guy. Very simple, but very good. This is what I like. I don't want some fancy show, because it's not a show I'm looking at. I'm looking to learn, to get more ideas, more thoughts and ideas I can use myself. And there are other as well that you can. Christ Titus, I spoke about him. It's too bad that he dumped Linux for Windows after he'd been giving crap to Windows for 5-6 years, and then he go back. But in the end, I do understand him. He built his entire career on Windows, and it became like a drug for him, and that's why he's back to it. Linux wasn't his thing, obviously, because he now completely back on Windows. He uses Linux as well, but primary Windows is his system. FOSS, everybody knows what it's about. It's nothing special, but it's very good. There's a little bit. Explain Computer is good if for someone who don't know. Big Data Linux is good, very good too as well. Learn Linux TV are good as well. So there are many who are good, but my personal favorite of these two guys. DistroTube is number one, and number two, the Linuxcast, Derek and Matt. So this is my channel. haven't as many videos, but I'm just starting. So really, if you want to help out, tell me. If you have ideas, please put it in the comments section. And if you want to help, I would really appreciate, put it in the comment section. And if you want to donate to the page, please let me know. I do have Patreon and other options if you want. But primarily I'm doing it because there are many other people like me who really love Linux, have used Linux for a couple of years, but very basically using it. Yeah, I know scripting, I know my way around the terminals and all, but I'm not like, for example, Derek. He's like a really Linux guru and is doing a lot of high-tech stuff with his computers. I don't. And for me, that's the point. For me, is to show that you can use Linux and not need to be that super guru that Derek is. And this is the point with my Linux, because there are enough channels that go deep on with Linux on the whole core level and doing super advanced scripts and a terminal and so on. That's not the point with this channel. This channel is Linux for simplicity. So this is it. And now let's go back to my desktop. And here you can see, this is my KDE desktop, nothing fancy at all. This is just normal, nothing fancy at all. Try to find one important little app here for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. That was interesting. Okay, let's do like this though. Open a new mirror. All right. This is basically my Linux machine. I have 128 gig OpenSUSE, as you can see, Tumbleweed, 2 monitors, one 6K, one 4K, and basic installation. Nothing fancy at all. And I really like it. And why I choose Tumbleweed, OpenSUSE, is if you watch my last video, I'll talk about how I began with Linux. I started back in 98, 99 with SUSE. OpenSUSE didn't exist, it was just SUSE. And I started my Linux pathway back then. And now after a couple of years, in 2018, 2019, I returned back to OpenSUSE. And why I like OpenSUSE is for the rolling release, but it's very stable release. And Just, because I can do everything in the terminal, but why I can do something much easier with the GUI interface. That's what Just is, to some part, not to everything. But this is my computer. This is all Betsy with a Radeon, AMD Radeon 9, third generation, 3950X, 16 core, 128 gig, master graphic card, as you can see here. It's really good. Why I like Linux? On the same machine, if I install Windows and put all the drivers and all that, and disable pretty much everything in auto start, it's still going to take 8 to 9 gigs at startup. This computer, when I cold boot, it takes about 1.9 or 1.8 gig. That's 5-6 times less than Windows, and the rest goes up if you use software. So, what do I have on my computer? Nothing fancy. Let's begin with graphic. Darktable I use for photo editing. I use a Canon Alpha R Mark III as my main camera. Then I have a couple of backups. This is for Photoshop, equaled, GIMP, it's called, Inkscape to make icons, LibreDraw and LibreOffice for office work. But if I just do some very easy desktop publishing, I don't use much, but I did. This is a very good app if you need to convert your photos to another format and make it smaller but without losing too much of the quality. This is a super good program, really recommend it. Piper, if you want to add buttons to your gaming mouse, I have a G305. Yeah, nothing special. Screensaver, I use the Matrix version, just. That's really what I love. This is really what I love about OpenSUSE is just. You see here, you can do pretty much everything here. Just is super. You need to be you need to be careful, to do it, because you can really mess up things. Trust me, in the beginning, when I started 5 years ago, I nuked my computer several times because of Just. So you can do it. Let's go back. Internet, for talk, Discord. Matter of fact, I use Edge. I know it's a big no-no on Linux, but actually Edge and Firefox is actually one of the best browsers out there. And I have edited this Edge so it doesn't collect any telemetry in that config file. So it's not just download it and let it do whatever it wants. No, it's heavily edited. Thunderbird, one of the best and oldest email clients there is. It's really super good. I really love it. You can have any kind of email account, Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, Mail, whatever you want to have. It's handle it like a champ. Office, address book, everybody knows. Translator, if it's a special word. I do use a label printer called a Dymo 450, super good. Joplin, I take all my notes and everything in it. It's super, one of the absolutely best apps you can have. There is no better app than Joplin. When you learn it, how it works, it's super. Then you have the LibreOffice, very good. It has everything Office has, Windows Office has, and much more. And all what I needed and used, it's all there. So for me, it's no big deal. But there is another one if you want to use, which is more Windows-like, VPS, I think it's called. There are actually two other brands. We can actually do like this. I hate to leave you guys in the middle of nowhere. So let's go here. That I can recommend as well. OnlyOffice is super good too. This is a program I really can recommend, and you can use it very good. And it's really almost a clone version of Microsoft Office. I really recommend it. And if you don't like LibreOffice, I like LibreOffice, so I use that. At the bottom, we have Scribisto. That's my book writing. I'm doing my first book writing right now. Written 3 chapters, and it's going slowly and forward. And hopefully, before I die, it's going to be completed. But it's going as well very good free open software, exists on all platforms, Windows, Mac, and Linux. Can really highly recommend it. There are others, as Screenevo and others, but they cost money, and really I don't see the benefits with it. Zathura is very good one, PDF file reader, nothing special, very minimalistic, have nothing, basically that's it. And if you open a PDF, you're gonna just show the PDF inside here. There's nothing, really bare bone, nothing in it. Multimedia, Canon Live, I had DaVinci Resolve, but I feel that I don't use half of the software that DaVinci Resolve has, so for me it was a waste of space and computer power for it. Canon Live is more than enough for me. OBS Studio, that's what I'm recording now with. You can see the little logo here and the logo here. VLC, it is what it is, but it is the best multimedia player. And anyone who says anything else really don't know what I'm talking about. VLC is the best. Like it. Actually, I like another one, MPV, but as well, it has more limits, less codecs, and so on. So VLC is the way to go. System, there's nothing special. This is what I was after. It's the same thing I showed you with NeoFetch. This is really the best of the best systems, I believe, OpenSUSE. It's really stable. German company, and I know the German government is supporting it in one way or another, at least financially, and so on and so forth. So it is a really strong, stable Linux distro. As well, I've used Fedora, different version of Ubuntu. The most favorite Ubuntu version is Ubuntu Mate. I like, because I can get it a little more Mac-like. I come from the Mac side. And before that, I was a PC hardcore nerd. But I use all three all the time until the last couple of years where I dumped Mac and only use Windows and Linux. I don't have anything with Mac to do. The only Apple thing I have is Apple TV and iPhone. That's it. Simply because iPhone is the best, in my opinion, my personal opinion, of course. This is really the best distro, simply. There's nothing else here. This is normal standard thing. You have just software if you want to look at it. It's nothing special at all. It's here you can look for different packages. If you look for something, and you can collect, connect, and everything. Is a lot of things you can do in here. But you need to be careful, because you can nuke the system very easily if you don't know what you're doing. Education, nothing. Tools, basically the only tool I really added is GNOME Disk. It's the best app there is. It's simple and it's best, and it does what it's supposed to do, and it does it very, very good. And lastly, with the screensaver. How is my computer look? Well, we can take a look on it if you like. Let's see. Well, this is my different hard drives. I have several external hard drives as well connected, but they are not on yet. I got a lot of photos here and a lot of work. So this is it, guys. This is simply it. This is simply the best system for me. As you can see, I have 3 different printers, scanners connected to it. I got a Matrix printer, Epson LQ350, I have a Canon laser, I got a Samsung color laser, Epson, scanner, workforce, and so on and so forth. And really, this computer does everything. Except for gaming, because that's the only thing I'm not doing. But this is it. I do everything on it, on this Linux, and this machine goes 18 hours a day, sometimes longer, and I really, really love it. The computer really works flawless, no hiccups, just plug and play, install, and off I go. And so for Linux, is way better for me because it's more stable, less resource requiring, meaning I can do more things in the same amount of memory than I can do on my Windows. For example, what I'm doing now on my Windows would be about 15, 16 gigabytes, and here it is only 6 gigs. So it's 3 times less. Okay, everybody could say that, hey, well, you have 128 gigs, what the heck, you can use, it doesn't cost you much. It's not about that, actually. That 8-9 gigs of memory use resources from the CPU, hard drive, graphic cards as well. It's not only the memory usage. And this is why I don't like Windows. It's a resource hog. And I do have it because one of the printers works better with the Windows drivers, so I have it like a virtual machine, but that's it. I barely use it, only use it when I need to print specific things, and that's unfortunately very few times it happens. So I'm happy with that. So mostly things I can do with my color laser or my Epson LQ350 matrix printer. It works flawlessly. So this is it, guys. Like, subscribe, and push the bell notification if you like this video. And if you want me to pick up some specific software or specific parts of my workflow and of my computer, please put it down in the comment section below, and I will answer you, and I will make a video on your request. Thanks. Bye.